But for NAVI, with Shao so recently taking on that IGL, having even a couple weeks in between the last time that they played this series, it could have led to a lot of improvement, a lot of control for Heretics. They pushed down mid and, well, it doesn't look like NAVI were ready for that at all. An immediate advantage swinging the way of the defense and the spike in the open. NAVI have to fight for that space, but Heretics will give it up.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, potential for re-aggression, but not really a necessity. Just with how much time is remaining. Now we really need to get a move on. That's going to help. Sociable being able to find one. Woot tries to swing back in alone. His two teammates had already retreated, so I guess just went for a timing pick that failed. Come back, though, a solid position. If he drops the spike, he could potentially win the round. He's managed to take out Sociable, but that plant is going to be coming in. Nothing he can do to stop it. And now Benji is all that remains. A 1 versus 2. A pistol round that I'm sure both would desire. Ruxic, I like the wraparound. Benji's chasing shadows at this point, looking for a man that's no longer there to be found, and maybe even having the expectation that he's on the other side. Snakebite is going to land perfectly. Benji, there's nowhere left. Maybe feign pressure in towards B. Early control taken into Garage. With the rifles that they have, normally you might expect to see this with SMGs, but they're trying to do it with the guns in hand, already making their way over on towards the site.
Well, their hand is forced by the utility that they burned to get here, but Woot makes it costly. Bodies on the floor, and with them the spike as Navi try to accelerate to the backside. Woot was the problem. He's dealt with. Comeback has nothing to say about this defense, but RieNs, oh well, he's been spotted now. I thought maybe could catch them off guard, but Hero's landing everything. Back-to-back big performances might be on the cards if he keeps this up, but Boo still has a chance and has turned this into a 1v2. 40 seconds on the clock, plenty of time to
together. Of course, the flank could also be a worry, but I don't think they're going to be checking in that direction anytime soon. They need to start getting that plant in, and well,
Benji, the one showing himself to start. Paranoia lands. That's caught a good few. This is Navi's chance, but they have no idea the numbers that they're walking into. So many bodies rounding the corner. Comeback in there for one. The trade's good for Heretics, and now the lead is theirs. It's only Shao. They had it all. A 4-0 start practically handed to Navi, but Heretics, another big gamble early. That's 2 rounds where they've guessed correctly. And for Navi, that's got a sinking feeling taking over, but Ruxic, cool. He's not going to wallow in it for too long.
On that A side of the map. Lockdown even going to be utilized. Comeback's ahead of it though. Okay, this gets a little bit more interesting. They don't even need to commit to this anymore. They can just fall away from the lockdown, allow them the site, because you have the man advantage.
He's just saved the round. Really, they were packed into a hard place, and oh, Comeback's got a 3K already. Sounded completely under his control. This should have been a 4-0 start for Navi. A core, they're 1 behind.
I'd really love to show Sociable this replay, because his teammate's on the corner next to him. So Comeback just runs past Shao, completely ignores him.
8th highest first engagements. We saw the toast pop up, and you know, I'm not sure how indicative that is. Oh my goodness, Ruxic's running it. Usually you see that pick go up and they wait a moment. At least let the decay kick in, but Sociable was up top. They thought that could be enough, but even with the info, Boo able to land the kill on him as Hunter's Fury finds its mark. That was nearly a double. Filu down to 45 as the plank comes in. It's pure chaos on the server. But Navi, the ones that seem to be thriving within it with the post plant, if they can get away. Oh my goodness.
Filu, he knew he'd be chasing down.
His teammate just walked away from there a second ago.
Yeah, this because he got hit by the drone.
Yeah, he just took the fight. A ballsy play, it's worked out, and now an early fight by Heretics that gives Boo a double. The barriers barely go up and the round's half over.
Yeah, just a rundown on the other side. So anything you can do, we can do better. You're going to try and run it down on me and B. I'm going to run it down on you and A. It's some of the paciest starts to rounds we've ever seen. And it gives Heretics a massive advantage. Bear in mind, as I said, expectation is they're going to tear it up in the second half. Speaking of tearing it up, Hero's trying to do it all, but at this stage, it's left all on to Shao. We haven't seen the Shao show in quite some time. Known in the past for his clutch capability.
Spike planted.
Maybe without the rest of the team to focus on, this is where we can see that Hunter's Fury available, but he'll need something before that comes into play.
Guy needs a pick, and now you know Wood is looking for you. And he spotted him. There's the information. That's basically it. Shao just missing it by a hair's width, but hold on, he's grabbed the first. Oh, another for Shao!
Away until the last seconds of the round.
Yeah, I don't know what they're seeing, what the read is, but they are being read like a book. NAVI running into the stack yet again. Hunter's Fury going to try to dice this up, make it more difficult, but it's easy pickings on the side of Heretics. Even if they were on an eco, with those numbers, it will be tough for the attackers to break through, but the reality is those rifles in play. Woo, down to 2! Ruxic got 1v1!
He's got to run. Oh, that's so unlucky. Information. For Benji, a lot of it is just going to come down to himself. Now, he's heard that from sociablEE. Easy kill. That opening pick is all they really need. Comfortable in their retakes. He can wait for any level of support. And we should see in a moment the rest of the team begin to rotate. There we go. They literally planted the spike and no one's moved off A yet.
That's a real shame because even just going for the C-side hit, like they don't know how right they had it. Like pushing into that site, one guy to defend you, and because of that ult, it ends up offering a 1v1 because he backed off because they played the retake. Unlucky, wrong moment. He played scissors, they played rock. Now Filu, hold on! It's messy! It could have been so much more, but now falling like dominoes, NAVI! Oh, that's a disaster!
Good. Especially with everything we've seen to Cypher, but this is sort of the proof of how valuable just the information you get from Cypher can be. They had the conversation
for a scoreline. Heretics could have the lead at the half. This is their chance to at least guarantee it. And oh, that one looked very close, but comeback robbed of a kill, and he's going back. Yeah, not happy with how that one went.
Oh.
Yeah, this info is going to be...
It's 20 seconds left. The Tripping Garage is still there.
All that has to happen here is the boot delays them, and he knows it. Paranoia is primed and ready, fired through just in time, but 2 on caught. Okay, a chance. The spike can make it to the site. It might even get planted, and now numbers thinning out. Okay, Navi, you've got a chance. But Hero needs to step up again. That shock dart connects on the Shao. He's so low. The Guardians in play, though. The headshots needed. Down to a 2v2. And up against the op, the HP might not matter. Forcing another fight, but Shao can't get it done. Come back! Well, as he wraps it.
4 Heretics on this defense.
Yep, and that has... Oh, no.
See ya.
And that's Hero down as well. So many of these rounds, they've had the upper hand in that regard. Losing Hero here is just going to be insult to injury. An attempt by Filu to wrap around behind A. They'll put the pressure on. They've spotted one. He'll go up to heaven, and that makes it very difficult for Comeback to do anything. Really, he's just got to flee the coop. Run.
Oh. He's managed to get himself back to the rest of the team, sitting on the back of that site. And while we're yet to see the pounce from the backline, Ruxic's done well, but Filu's now been dealt with. That flank not a problem, and Wu looking to try and take over 10 HP. Again, we find Ruxic in a clutch scenario. Last time the difference with just 2 health, now he has a gun to play with and he can't.
Move towards this A side, pressure put onto Shao, he gets nothing done, a little bit of damage, a tag at best. Filu invading the wall, that's a beautiful flash, but Comeback, he must have been blinded. I didn't even see him turn, and yet he's good to find that kill still. Downside of pushing a laneway, I suppose. The 5 versus 3 for NAVI, way on the back foot, and this is a pistol they would have very much wanted. Remember, they have 4 rounds. 3 of those were in the first 3.
Well, Hero's done well, but that is all she wrote. Ruxic, he's been in many a clutch this game, and he's been close, but 4 players, spike ticking against him. Pretty much all of them just aggressively waiting around the angle he's pushing through.
We've seen this matchup on day 3 of kickoff, and it was a 3-mapper. For now, okay. It was all Heretics until Shao found one, and then Comeback. Well, he's had his moment almost every round so far. What's another one to add to the tally? Oh, that's a heartbreaker.
Yeah, you feel like after the last game, there had to be a lot of people questioning him in this team, but well, this is the answer. This is what you can come to expect. Hero does have eyes on that spike, so there you go. Locked in to just try and take these fights. He's got rid of one, but now it comes all down to Ruxic. Another clutch scenario, another opportunity, but he's been spotted. They know he's here. 45 seconds. Blue's going to get away with it, but getting around this corner is easier said than done. Now they've just shifted the battle a little further.
the fact that the spike was left behind in the spawn probably being the only reason this round was actually won. But if we overlook all of that, that's the round they needed, right? An individual stepping up to save the day. Quite frankly, the home stretch, but now a bump in the road and a full investment and a ton of damage and comeback. I don't think he's done yet. He's chasing them down towards the site. The ult popped. He knows that
Shao, a lot of this space is covered by Hero. But being covered and him being able to stop them is another thing altogether. Wonderful spam. He's dropped the spike. They're going to have to go back for that. He's bought time for the rotation of Filu, but because of that hesitation, Filu's now out of there. I think just being told to wait for the rest of the team. Not necessarily sure if that's the right call. He could have had a wonderful timing there.
Yeah, instead, a 4v4, they want to play this retake together. All light shields on the side of NAVI.
3.2.
Comeback needs one hit. He's got two in the barrel. Anywhere will do. Anywhere will drop them, and it's going to be a big swing on the back. He's even dodging that initial flash. It's a nice shot. Full blinded, but lands it ahead of time. Dodges another. It's damage done, and an easy cleanup for down to 1 HP. But if Heretics win it, it's all over. Oh my God! What is this guy doing today? That's madness. Yeah, and he keeps going. So much space.
He just did that to Hero, who I think was like one of, if not the top-rated player in the tournament so far. But yeah, then okay. Shao.
Did you forget he was in garage? I mean, it's hard to remember that 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess just...
Yeah, what was he doing?
Just gave up. Come back as... I'd give up as well. Wu is trying to at least find himself a kill in this round. He's like, you know what? I've got to at least try and do something here. And you know what? Benji instead, leaving it on to one. Ruxic, if there was anybody to do it, it will be him. But it's come back on the other side.
Magic formula for Heretics.
About to drop 40 on Sage.
A big part of the early game and the last map was gambles, was getting boots on the ground in the right spot at the right time, but that Facet has not followed them here on the breeze. Having to play the retake on B, but looking to apply pressure elsewhere towards the elbow where Ruxic is waiting, and that gets them the advantage and puts pressure on Navi's behind. This is perfect play from Heretics to start, at least.
Filu's almost dead as well. He doesn't even realize that there's a second player in the corner. It's almost like a little bit of a ruse. It's being solved, but somehow Sociable got both anyway. That's definitely turned this on his head. A wraparound coming in, both players towards the spawn for the attack side. Sociable just about surviving, but Benji has already managed to clear off, leaving just Hero remaining. That spike is being stuck. He expects it just to be taken to half. Why would anybody stand?
But they are waiting for him. The wall up, though. That might not be expected. Reactions there, though, from NAVI. Second timer on it. So, yeah, I'd say this is no problem.
He's moved this position. Hiding in the corner. He's been revealed. Well, they failed to get the plant down the first time. Sociable's bitten the bullet, but they will get into the post now. The rest of the players with rifles. It's how much they want to expend here. The Bulldogs can be thrown into the wind, but I do wonder if RieNs may want to hold on to the Vandal.
Yeah, 3v4, I mean, it really depends on how much ground is taken in that first fight. But with players still alive and ground being taken, yeah, you kind of got to go for this. Very much winnable, but the time will start to apply pressure. Filu finding one would almost end the play here. They could just run that clock down, and he's done his job. The trade's coming in, but Heretics running very low on time. The shock darts force their hand, and he's waiting for a second shock to come through. It never does, but the time is bought nonetheless. That could have been awesome, but it didn't. Little decoy block coming into play. That's very convenient for NAVI. And they push out to this A side with great success. Comeback, though, fighting for that mid-control. What a response by Heretics. Sure, take your main fight, but we're going to cut that split in two and fight one end of it, leaving a 5 versus 3 with NAVI's numbers waning. They've got to make a play, and that's right, playing into the hands of Heretics. With Hero stunned up and soon to be gunned up, that's another.
But even still, 7th, 8th for either of them? It would be a surprise, and not a good one.
I've seen these little ideas as well. Early doors from
same
Heretics.
Angle that he started off, and then they even have the slow, so it's not like they could just dive through this. Hunter's Fury expended. He's still in position, just waiting on the other side, but Ruxic will land the shot, and Boo's dealt with as well. Solid openers from the side of NAVI. Their patience paying off, but there are still more to deal with. Okay, that did a lot of damage to Shao.
It was a wonderful shock dart. Maybe another one lined up here as well. That looks like Filu could be in trouble. Snakebite as well, but he flees the scene just in time. But benjy.
Where's he going?
He's running it down with a wall up as well. I love this. This even looks early round for Heretics again. This is the third one I'm seeing them attempt, and there's the reward. An immediate fall.
And the orb and the snakebite. It's a lot of additional delay. And because of that, again, NAVI are forced into a position to move, and they've even now thrown in the Viper's Pit. You definitely can't go this way anymore. 35 seconds, and they look to try and wrap around behind it. Adapting on the fly is the plan from NAVI. Boo is just holding in a little rat corner. Is it something they look to check? They did, but he's now disappeared into the pit.
Counter pit in play. Perfect response from NAVI. A lot of control on that side. Fully theirs, uncontestable. The danger is it's very open, and with the ult active for comeback, a spray through could cause danger, could cause problems, but a judge in his hands, that's even more threatening. Does he clear the correct corner, though? Up close was Ruxic. He's able to get two, and then will finally fall, but the numbers in Navi's favor, the time ticking as well. A big play needed, and they've got every...
Walking into chokes that have them trapped. They know that, okay, if one player's up close, the Sage was also in the corner, there isn't going to be as much presence around mid, or they can gamble.
It looks like immediately there will be another boost attempt with Woot. Oh,
that's disgusting.
My! That is ridiculous, man. He's in the bushes. He's in cover.
That's so grim.
Ruxic didn't...
You can't have seen anything.
Can we please get that frozen and zoomed in from his... I'm asking a lot here, but, like, come on.
The most you could have seen in the twinkle in Woot's eye as he goes to kill you. That's about all that could have been there. Now, ready on the other angle, but immediately spotted out. Immediately known. And, hey, sociablE's going to win out that fight. A teammate lost on the other side, and sociablE under pressure. Boo, holding the lineup close as well.
Good. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Look at that, man. Straight through the bushes. I genuinely wonder how that looks from the perspective of poor old Ruxic.
I think the problem will be is we'll look at it from Ruxic's perspective, and it will just be him looking at an empty site.
Yeah, it just...
like he's not seeing.
Gotta go.
Come back. He'll delay. No, he'll look for the fight. I thought he was giving up the ground, but himself and benjy stand tall on it. Another for benjy already. And now, well, the rotates, they're coming in. Backup is here from RieNs, but benjy is stuck in the corner. They need to clear him. His third, his fourth, and just denied the ace. But the work is done, the hard work, surely.
Oh?
Behind them. That plant's undeniable now. And this is Hiro on the other side. You're wise to use the res and bait him out as well. Get there just in time. Because NAVI are geared up for B.
Woot has been caught a few times. This time fades back a little bit earlier. RieNs under some serious pressure, but he's managing to stay alive at the back of the site. In fact, he's thriving under the pressure. Already 2 to his name. Woot, again, he's able to just reposition and go completely under the radar while RieNs does the majority of the work. For Shao and Ruxic, this seems like an impossible task. He knows there's a guy in the corner. He knows that RieNs is there. That one's free, but immediately Woot swings for the trade. And well, Shao probably worried about a Sage wall. He's got 3 more to find in this 1v4 and only 25 seconds to do it.
Has to get a fight first. He knows that plant's impossible without a kill. Applying some pressure, especially searching for that pick with Woot to be mounted on the side of NAVI.
Yeah, that is a worry. And then Shao goes looking. You lose one side of the map, you look to try and take the other. And it seems like Heretics are well aware that that was possible. sociablE now gone, and we questioned.
Last player standing. Go, go, go. Spike planted.
He's worried about the flank. That's what it was.
No, that's meant to be a double bounce. It's supposed to go back.
Yeah, that would have actually flown right in onto the plant.
The right click just didn't hit.
It didn't register.
It's all good. You know, he clicked a little too light. New mouse. Nice stuff for Filu. 3 more to go down, though. He's at least managed to upgrade his weapon, but no ammunition. Take a minute. And all this
Look at where Boo is.
Bleeding.
Yeah, it's absolute rat.
I mean, if it's not the position, if it's not the numbers, I mean, the time is what's going to cost him this. They can throw themselves at him like lemmings, one after another. He has no smoke, no wall, nothing to cause any sort of chaos. And even now,
Boo still hasn't moved.
They physically cannot stop him in time. And there's a reason Boo...
Yeah, I had a lot of questions about this series in the end. This is the Heretics that everybody fears, the one that can just dumpster even squads that have looked incredible. And it started well, and then walking through it all. Now a res comes through. They've been farming that since round 1, and it's immediately into a 4v2. The round that needed to be the turning of the tide might just be the nail in the coffin. Ruxic is all that stands from a gargantuan lead. Pearl into the second round so they could take out Split. Almost forced NAVI into this pick and clearly had a good game plan. The swing through is risky though. Made vulnerable here, and Ruxic still that top duo in EMEA, but Benji just wiped out 3. Goes for a 4th, and you can't blame him at this point. If it wasn't for comeback in the first map, we would have been singing his praises even more so in that one. On Breeze, he has been that top performer. Shao and sociablEE, a round that should have been theirs, now hanging in the balance.
Benji's giving them a chance. Will miss the shot, but he gets another bite of the cherry. Caught behind that box, but Boo using the distraction, wrapping around. The timing is godlike, and now it's all on.
We're in a meta right now where we see a lot more double controller. Who needs a second controller when that's your first?
Chances to close this out, and if there's any NAVI fans holding the breath for the comeback, oh my goodness, okay. Yeah, maybe he can hold on a moment longer. There could be a chance. There it is.
Mainly because if they go mid, he could get caught, but
yeah.
It means that he needs to get a bit closer for this judge to truly do damage, and I do worry that Comeback's going to walk around this corner and insta headshot.
Oh, smokes up and Shao's down.
There you
That's a pretty rough start to the hold. Now a man behind, but sociablEE still on site. If they can extend that bit further to the back, maybe he could at least level the playing field. But look at the patience on Heretics. Benji also waiting his turn inside the elbow, and they've cleared it. They think at this point that sure, they must have all went site. Comeback's found his 3rd. Benji still hasn't moved, biding his time. This is how little pressure Team Heretics are under. Comeback will be denied the ace, but Benji's time.